Did you see your COVID hair?
My COVID hair. I'm not a COVID beard now. I've been here for a few years.
Well, I can't imagine that would be very good for karate, you know?
Yeah,
I feel like that would be more cumbersome.
Even hotter, yeah.
Yeah.
Like me.
Yeah. Yeah, I started getting some grace. And I was like,
all right, so
it has begun.
pretty much everybody's back. We're doing our last little bit of setup here. So once again, any major significant money to people that are earning their belts right now. Again, this is going to be a pretty quick scenario, but we do got YouTube Live. That was weird. YouTube Live. YouTube Live video going, and we got Facebook Live video. So if you got any family members or friends, people that are not in the state or can't be here right now, if anybody would like to let them know that they could be watching it live right now with us, you can do a real quick text or something, let them know. Or also keep in mind you'll be able to share it with them later because it'll be on both the YouTube channel and the Facebook Live forever kind of thing. So, so if you'd like to share it with anybody, then you're more than welcome to as well. All right. So, are we all back? Looks like we're all back. Sure. Yes.
Can I take a video of this?
You definitely. Oh, you mean for,
Yeah,
for your, yeah.
All right, so we're gonna kind of make this short and sweet. Get out of here. Like I said, not gonna do kind of the big normal hoopla that you normally do. So let's get to it. So number one, great job, everybody. You know, Mrs. G and I are just constantly so impressed with our students. Not just level 3s and black belts, but you know, the beginners and the level 1s and the level 2s. That have stuck at it through this time. You know, I mean, doing training through Zoom, you know, you guys all did it and know that learning our curriculum and learning the forms and all of that through video is not the easiest thing in the world to do. And I mean, even coming in and training in the school is a little different, a little easier, but it still has its challenges, right? And, you know, the limitations and everything that we've done. You know, as I have a lot of martial arts friends on Facebook, and again, big friends with a lot of people here in town that own schools and run schools, and people that run schools across the nation. And you know, one of the conversations that I see happen most, and am a part of most, is people talking about how their students have really, for lack of better terms, have gotten worse over this time because they're not able to hold the same standards. They're not able to really get in and fine tune and help them in the way that they normally do. And, you know, so the quality of their students, you know, it's a big concern for a lot of the martial arts schools out there that, you know, they're seeing their students, their skills degrade and, you know, kind of coming up with game plans of how are they going to fix that when things really get back to normal. And, you know, that really has not happened with our school. you know, it's one of those things that, like, I can't tell you, there's so many students where we have complimented them because over the last, like, 3 to 6 months, their kicks have become tremendously better. They're kicking higher, they're kicking better. The intensity that we're seeing from students, just the overall, everything that the students are giving us from this group here and the underbelts as well, you know, everybody is still improving, even though we are under these restrictions that we've been under, right? And, you know, our black belt groups, like, you know, the people that did Twilight Zone, the people that, you know, are traditional track people, you know, you guys are doing forms better than I've seen you do forms, and those are some of the hardest pieces of curriculum for those different tracks, right? Our level 3 students, you know, the ones that were getting the high grounds, they were training with me on the Friday nights, the improvement that we've done in a short period of time. You know, obviously the conditionals that have been working their butts off with Mrs. G, right? You guys killed it yesterday. And so, you know, again, it's for us, you know, this has definitely been an interesting time for us, and there's ups and downs, and, you know, we are a small business, and, you know, it keeps going, and the punches that we've felt in our guts as business owners through this period of time, you know, we are strong and we're doing well, and we were in a good shape before this happened, but, you know, there's still this question of, like, what if we don't make it through this scenario? And, you know, we've thrown ideas around it, like, what would we do? And it always comes back to us having the conversation of, we don't want to do anything else, because it is so rewarding to be in this position and to not just watch kids grow, but adults as well. Watching, you know, the adults on the mats, seeing you guys face challenges in life and grow and become something different, and, you know, really, like, improve on everything that you can. The kids, obviously, right? You know, we love, I mean, Alex is not here with us, but one of the other day I was just, like, sad as all get out because Alex Voss, he's still training with us, but I just went in and canceled his membership because his last day will be September 22nd. And even in his mom's email, she was like, the last line was, this is the end of an 11-year journey, right? Alex Voss started with us when he was, you know, 7 years old, first grade. And we watched him grow from first grade all the way through graduation of high school. And there's so many more people on Zoom, right? Miss Lilia, you know, Miles growing, Miss Sydney, you know, some Philippe, right? Same idea. Philippe, he started around the same time, and he's graduating high school. But we get to keep him around because he's staying a little closer to college, right? So we literally get to watch you grow up and become adults and awesome human beings. And so, you know, while we are doing everything we can, and, you know, there's still ups and downs, we are doing everything we can to keep this going, because there's nothing on this planet that either one of us would rather be doing with our lives. And again, every time we do a test, it just always reaffirms that for us. It always makes the way that you guys work, and, you know, I might be a little biased. This is the longest that I've ever ran a school, and the only school that I've ever been the true owner of. But I have worked in a lot of different schools, and I've told her this for years. I love owning a school in Louisville. You know, and the people that are in Louisville, Lafayette, and Superior, you know, we absolutely adore everybody that we meet here, and the ones that have stuck around and been to this point with us. We absolutely adore having you guys as part of our family. And that's where we see it. We see you guys as our family as well, right? And you know, when we see you succeed, you know, it's the same as watching any of our kids succeed, and it's so nice. So it's just, you know, a heartfelt amount of love that we want to pour out to you guys, and really just tell you exactly the fact that we are so proud of everything that you all have accomplished, how hard you've worked, and the way that you face all these challenges. We got a lot of compliments from people, just the way that we handled this, and the way we were able to roll with the punches, and the bending over backwards that we've done to try to make sure that your training has stayed as awesome as it could be. But really, the same kudos goes to y'all as well, because you have faced a lot of the same challenges. You have had to adapt the same amount as we have, and we've all done it with grace, and we've all done it really, really well, right? There's been some complaining, right? I think that's, that's everybody. I mean, it's just like, good Lord, when is this going to be done? But, again, there's just so much that we've done over this year. And really, the last 6 months has taught us adaptability, right? It's taught us to roll with the punches and that life will throw us curveballs, and all we can do is just move with it, right?
Yes,
sir. Awesome job to all y'all. Fantastically done. And I had a lot of fun with this test. I think last night was a good time. Loved watching people on Zoom. We had Croswell with the camera set up that made it look like Godzilla destroying the city while we were recording. We had the multiple choice yoga going on. So there's been some awesome moments, some fun moments, really had a lot of fun working with y'all today, teaching you some of the stuff that I'm super passionate about, and really give you a deeper look into my bigger vision for our curriculum and what we're training for. So hope you guys enjoyed it, but let's get to the important stuff. So we're gonna go pretty much more here. So let's start out with my verbal round notes. Come on! We kind of don't do this tradition once we get into level 3, but hey, let's bring it back here a little. Face your attention. Bow. Go ahead, turn around, take off those belts. Go ahead, hold them up, turn them action nice and neat. Everyone says, go ahead, turn back around, raise them up nice and high. Again. On the count of 3, y'all remember doing this dumbbell. I want you to toss those belts down with some energy. Again, keeping in mind that represents that you're grown and you're never going to fall back to this level again. Ready? And 1, 2, 3. All right, we have going to high ground. One stop left towards black belt here. Big round of applause for Mr. Logan. Come on. We have going to high ground. Giant round of applause for Miss Zoe. Come on. And last but not least, going to high ground. Giant round of applause for Miss All right, go ahead, face me one more time. Brand new high ground belts, face your attention. Go back, courtesy, and go have this. Oh, the belt's up to you. All right, my old high ground belts. Come on up. Spread out to the same spot. All right, face your attention. Yeah, courtesy. Go ahead and turn around and take those belts off. Give that drum roll. Raise them up above the head. Once you got it ready. All right, on the count of 3. Run those belts down. Now we're fall to this level again. Ready? And 1, 2, 3. All right. First up, we have moving to conditional black belt. Big round of applause, Mr. Brady. We have big round of applause for Mr. Reese. We have Mr. Cannon. Come on. We have Jude. Come on. come on up. And last but not least, Miss. All right. And you're presenting. All right. Face here one more time. Attention. Good bow. Good to see. All right. Go to pick up those old belts and go have a seat. Give them one more big round of applause. Let us get Mr. Paul Little out. Normally I do the presentation of belts, but as tradition goes, the person that ran the prep cycle is the person that presents the belt. So I'm turning it over to Mrs. G.
Great man, thank you.
Stand.
All right, so we talk just a little bit before you get your belts. Not much because I'm on the verge of crying, shouting. Everybody knows how much Mrs. G cries. It's been a pleasure. Oh.
The Zoomers can be
Oh,
involved.
sorry, Zoomers. It's been a pleasure working with all of you. Everybody in here knows that's a chief black belt knows that there's points during prep cycle that either it's mental, emotional, physical, sometimes it's all of the above all at once, sometimes it hits at different points. Everybody here went through their own personal journey with this prep cycle, and I got to have the pleasure of guiding them through it and learning about each person and just getting to a level of depth. Some of our conversations at the picnic tables were so wonderful. It's like one of my favorite parts about this prep cycle because I learned things about you that I maybe never would have learned had we not been able to spend that time together. The amount of effort that you put in, the tears that were had, it was it. Huh?
The rain.
The rain, right? The smoke, the masks, all of it. This prep cycle was unlike any other because of the situation that we were in. And you guys adapted, sometimes not terribly willingly, but you adapted nonetheless, and did what had to be done no matter what barriers were put in our way. So, it is my great honor to present to you your belts today. So one more big round of applause.
Maybe you really want to throw this.
Well done, ladies. Congratulations.
Pick up them old belts, go have a seat.
And then your belt's gonna look really pretty box.
We got fancy cherry cases.
Give you a
All right. Let me get that earbud.
Oh, yep.
All right, we got one more. All right, Mr. Fike, step on up to your camera, sir. I don't know. He's slacking. Oh, there he is. So, Mr. Fike is on Zoom with us. So, what'd y'all think of Mr. Fike's workout today? Was it as fun as he advertised?
Yes, sir.
Excellent. They're giving you thumbs up out here, Mr. Fike. So, this is our final presentation, and this happens to be one of the biggest presentations that I've ever been able to make. So, Mr. Fike, I met him years ago. Mr. Fike was a part of the other organization that Mrs. G and I were a part of before SMA became a school. I spent years being able to get to know him. I was working at schools down on the south side of town while he was training at the school that was up here in Boulder. His first instructor was one of my absolute best friends. And as he went up through the ranks, he started to take on a lot more responsibilities in that organization, helping to run our tournaments, setting up schedules. He actually did a lot of that with a lady that was my student, so I got to meet him even more. He and his wife were absolutely people that we had loved being around. Just super, super caring and awesome people. And then when we moved over to this location, Mr. Fike came over with us along with quite a few other black belts. And is kind of the one that has stuck around the longest. And, there is so much that Mr. Fike does for this school, for helping out Mrs. G and I, and helping y'all out too. I mean, just think of like the cleanness of these mats, right? Mr. Fike, I can't even tell you how many hours he spent here on his hands and knees scrubbing these mats for us to get like 10 years of grind off, right? And everything he has done is just such a wonderful thing. He helps me out in so many different ways. Coming in to help teach classes if Mrs. G and I are at a seminar down in Florida, or coming in and doing painting. We've painted the school multiple times, and he's pretty much the guy that's done it. The green was Mrs. G and I came in and did all that, but he has painted the school multiple times. And as a martial artist as well. This is something that you guys have all had an experience learning, sparring from him helping you out in different ways over the years. Some of you longer than others. But Mr. Fike has also done a lot for all the other martial arts schools, to the point that he actually gets invited to go watch people test for their 3rd and 4th degree black belts from those students, even more than I've been invited, because of how much he has done for all these other organizations. And so Mr. Fike is officially at the point where he is not just testing for 5th degree black belt, but he also at 5th degree could then also try to become master instructor. And master instructor with us has to do with, you can become a 5th degree and not be a master instructor. You have to prove that you have given back to the style. The title is master instructor, right? If you've never taught a day in your life, you can't be a master of instructor, right? And so Mr. Fike had to go through the test, for the 5th degree and everything that way. That was one thing. And then he has also been submitting papers and essays and tracking the number of students that he has helped get to these same levels that he's made it to. So going back through and remembering how many prep cycles he's ran, how many students he has had an influence on getting to 1st degree black belt, 2nd degree black belt, 3rd and above. And being a master instructor is something that usually the only people that earn the title of master instructor are people that actually work in a school. They own the school, or they work for somebody else that owns the school, because in most systems, you just can't put in enough instructor time unless it's your full-time job to actually get that on. But that is Freudian slip. I'm already calling it master. Right? But that is what Master Fight has done, is he has dedicated so much of his time to our organization, to the old organization that we are part of, as well as every other organization that we know and we work with and do tournaments with. And so through the amount of time, being retired has definitely helped him in that situation, right? But so Mr. Fight earning not just 5th degree black belt this weekend, which, by the way, is the highest rank that I ever have given to another student, which is a bonus for me because I've not ever been able to do this before. 4th degree was the last record. Getting a phone call. How do I get rid of the phone call? Now we can't be seen. Stupid phone calls.
It's Brian.
Oh. Why is Brian calling?
I don't know.
Is his Wi-Fi go? So Mr. Fike's calling me now. Miss Fike? Did he ignore me?
No, he was sitting down. He's there. He's just.
Hey? Mr. Fike? Man, I'm seeing the big one too. Hold on a minute, buddy. Can people on Zoom hear me? You're on Zoom. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. I guess I can't hear you.
Oh dear.
Like it's going away from what you were saying.
I know.
Maybe I need to switch earbuds. Now give me a thumbs down. I know you can't see me, so how do you know to give me a thumbs down? You can see me. Can you hear me now? Oh.
She's pointing at her phone.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, yeah.
Yay.
I lost the ear.
Oh, goodness. Oh, Lord.
Now can you hear me? All right.
It wouldn't be complete without technical difficulties.
All right. One more time, thumbs up if you can hear me.
No?
No? Oh, it probably muted me. Yeah.
Okay, now try it.
All right. Can you hear me now? Oh, that's all right. That's all I was trying to figure out. I was like, man, I know you can't see me. How are you giving me thumbs down? And they were all watching through the live streams. That's how they knew what was going on. All right. So, without further ado, we have Mr. Fike earning his 5th degree black belt, as well as the very first person I've ever had the opportunity to make a master instructor. So, we have everybody stand up. Face towards Mr. Fike's thumbnail. Attention! Back courtesy. And give him a big round of applause. Alrighty, everybody, face this way. All right. Once again, congrats to everybody. Awesome job on the test today. Remember, if you are a conditional, so you're going to be sending an email out with more details and things. So what we are going to be doing is our prep cycle. We have kind of modified the way that we are doing prep cycle. So this group is the last one to do the high intensity for short weeks, and that mostly came from like conversations and even thoughts I've had for years where prep cycle, we wait pretty much 4 years before we really start going back through old curriculum and detailing it. And while we do a great job of massively improving our curriculum in like 10 weeks, what we are going to be doing is our prep cycle is going to happen. So there's going to be 3 points where you go into prep cycle. So starting from here on out, the students, when they become high blue belts, are going to have a small prep cycle. Then our high brown belts will have a prep cycle, and then our conditionals are going to have a longer prep cycle. So our prep cycle is going to be more hours, but spread over a longer period of time, so that way it's not like a part-time job for like 10 weeks of your life. So our conditionals, so not this next Friday, okay, but the Friday after that, we are going to be kicking off your conditional prep cycle. So it's going to be from 5:30 to 8:30 every Friday evening, right? And again, I'm going to send out an email to moms and dads with more details and written out explanations. We are going to do some Saturdays. We're going to do one Saturday a month where we're going to be doing some get-togethers and going on kind of like little field trips, such as like Red Rocks and different places like that. All right. So one Saturday a month. We're going to be getting that rocket, and then high brown belts. So for our high brown belts now, you can start doing the high brown belt prep cycle that's on the new schedule. You can start doing that immediately if you want to. It's required after the December test for high brown. So from December to March, you will. It's required for you to be there for your conditional test in March. Does that make sense, high brown belts?
Yes, sir.
All right. But like I said, if you want to get a jump start on mastering your curriculum and you want to start not this coming Friday, but the next Friday, then you're welcome to do that. All right. But like I said, it's the 3 months before your conditional test that is required. All right. And yours is not 3 hours long. The high ground belt is 2 hours of practice. Make sense? Yes. And then for everybody else, we've already talked a lot about what's going on next cycle, so we don't need to hit that anymore. But again, high grounds and conditionals. If you do have any questions or parents have any questions, feel free. You can email me or Mrs. B. We can set up a time to meet and chat in person about it, or we can do it on a phone call, or we can do it just through email. But if you do have any questions, let us know. But basically for conditionals, we're going to kind of keep doing that Friday night that we have been, but just for a longer period of time. Rather than 1 hour, we're going to spend 3 hours really starting to master our curriculum over the next 6 months. Make sense? Yes? All right. Other than that, anything else to add, ma'am? All right. Great job, everybody. Face your attention. Courtesy. And congratulations to all, and you are dismissed. And we'll see you Zoomers. Have a good night. And first degree, second degrees, you all did a great job. You're moving up in strike colors. Oh, and last memories, great job.
Congratulations.
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 What's that?
Oh, yeah. Right?
No, yeah. And master fight. So your belt, it takes longer to come in. So I dropped it off yesterday to the embroidery, but they didn't have done it. So yeah, I'll have it. It'll probably be more afternoon. So I'll pick it up on Monday. They said by the end of the day on Monday. So I'll have it here ready for you to pick up anytime after that. All right. Sounds good. Now I'll send you a text and let you know. All right. Have a good weekend. See y'all. All right. Oh. See? I didn't think of that, and I should have played it off that way. Good. I wish I did. Honestly, that would be hilarious. But yeah, no. Zoom just decided to kick us out of the meeting again, so you know. Right? All right. Take it back. Have a good weekend.
And then one thing you can do.
So you'll be able to we'll just take
That means that's two guys. And then you can take them out. And turn it over and pound it. But yeah, that's how you can break it in the whole up.
No, sorry, let's see.
Over here, about.
Yeah.
So we I'll show you.
Well, actually, you're doing
It is, but so I make sure that everything's inside out.
Yeah, if you
And it's set up, nothing to do with this going on. Put it this way in front of you.
Right now, if next test, it's a one-day test, right?
Yes.
Okay.